Hello guys, and welcome to another video of how to make a game like Agario. In this video we will implement our first item into the game. We'll make an items manager, and make a speed up item. So let's get started. Create a new script for all of our items, name it, items manager. And double click on it to open it in Visual Studio. Delete start and update methods for now. And make an instance for our items manager, because we will need to call it from other scripts. Public static items manager, called ins, and in the void awake method, instance is equals to this. Now make a new method for our speed up item. And we will need some variable to do this. Make a float speed up timer variable. This variable will be the seconds of apply the additional force for the player, and another float speed variable, and this one is for the additional speed, like how fast the player will move when getting a speed up item. Our speed up item method will need a float timer variable, so our speed up timer will equals to it, and it will also need a speed variable to fill our speed here. Speed is equals to underscore speed. Then we will make another method that will work as a timer. It will be called each second, so it will calculate time and check when the time ends. Void timer. We can use an update method to calculate time, but this way will save a lot of frame rate for us, so the game won't be laggy. And in the void start method, we will use invoke repeating function to call the method. Invoke repeating, and put the name of the method, or just copy the name and put it in to make sure that you have put the right name. It will start after 1 second, and it will be calling after each second, and in the timer method, we will reduce the speed up timer by 1 each second. Then we will put an if statement, checking if the speed up timer was less than or equals to 0. Then the speed timer will equals to 0, and the speed will equals to 0, and that is pretty much it. I guess we can apply it to our player now. Go into the movement script in our player. Make a variable of the items manager. And in the void start method, it equals to items manager.instance. Search where we are making the speed for our player, and add the additional speed to our player. To have access to the speed variable inside of our items manager, you will need to mark it as public. Then add the speed, and now, it should be working. We can now go and test it. Go to the manager's game object and add items manager script to it, and play. As you can see, when changing the speed in the items manager script, our player move faster, and because our speed up timer is 0, the speed doesn't last more than a second. I will just make it public so we can see what's going on here. Now the speed up timer keeps decreasing until it reaches 0, and once it's 0 the additional speed will be 0. Perfect. Now let's create the item. Create a new circle sprite. Reset the transform and drag it at the X to see it. I have already gone and made an image into Photoshop, so I will use it to our item. Of course I will put a link for you to download it. All what we are doing here is for free. We believe that the education should be available for everyone, and if you want to help us, it's enough to subscribe or share the video for who want to learn. So drag the image into the sprite renderer. It look kind of big, so you can control its size by adjusting the local scale vector of the transform. You can also change the color for anything you like, but I am just leaving it to white. It look nice already. Rename it to speed up item and make a prefab of it. Go into the prefab and add a circle collider to it. Change the radius to 0.2 so the player will need to be close to eat it. Create a new script. Double-click on it to open it in Visual Studio. And then remove the start and update methods. On collision, enter 2D method. This method is called whenever something collides with the object that have this script. To test it, we will just destroy our game object, go into Unity, and add the speed up script to our item. Then play. It worked. Drag the item a little bit on the Z so it won't cover our player. Back into Visual Studio, and let's apply the speed, so we can simply call the items manager from the instance that we make for it. Call the speedup method that we have made in it. It will require some variable, so let's create it up here, public float time variable, and public float speed variable. Then we give the time for the method, and then the speed, save it and go back into Unity. Change the time to 10 seconds. And as you can see here, when colliding with the speed up item, our speed will increase for 10 seconds. And that is it. We have made a speed up item for our game. That was all for this video. If have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to support our channel, and ring that notification button so you won't miss the future ones. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.